Thank you for helping me heal myself.
Alright. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Creative Companions. Let's see how this is going to work for us today. I see a blink. Alright, hi, everybody. I'm Kim. I'm using a new microphone today. Let me know if you can hear me, see me, all of that. We're going to be doing a guided painting today, so you'll need your acrylic paint supplies. I'm going to see if I can change this exposure on my camera a little bit. Let's see. It always says this. Let's see if I can change things a little bit to make sure I can see your comments. Oh, good. I made it too, Katie. Katie was going to be here live with us, but it is snowing. So we're going to each stay in our own little homes and, oops, I hope I didn't just mess something up here. So I'm trying to use this new microphone. How does it sound? Let me know. Good morning, good morning. Okay, I'm also going to change something on the camera. So I'm going to be off camera for a second here, checking my settings and such. Let's brighten this up a little bit, perhaps. It's not brightening. Okay, I'm sure it's in focus now. Here, baby Aiden crying downstairs. Aw, so yeah, Aubrey and Aiden might join us. Who knows? Welcome. You know, we're learning new stuff all the time. Trying to just figure it out. So that should be pretty well in focus. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, does it sound like I'm using the mic? I mean, I guess I could unplug it for a second, but that might mess up everything. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm going to find a place to put this, because I have it attached to me. So welcome to Creative Companions, where we're all believing mirrors for one another. I'm Kim. I'm your creative guide. We're learning new stuff all the time, just exploring new ideas, coming with an open heart and an open mind. Take a deep breath. It all starts with breathing. So we start there every week, deepening our breath. We're learning new things, exploring new things. So breathing in and out. We are here now. We're going to connect this up here and see if that'll stay for me. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you're here. We're going to need all our acrylic paint supplies, a piece of cardboard to paint on. Too much cardboard in the world and all that, so you make your cardboard into something beautiful. No need to be nervous, guys. We're just going to have fun. Brushes, I just have grabbed 5 of my favorite brushes here to use, and 2 of them are quite mangled because I'm going to use them for flicking paint. We're going to need black, purple, blue, white, red. Black, purple, blue, white, red. Black, purple, blue, white, and red are the colors I'm going to be working with today. I'm going to go ahead and load my palette before we start to meditate. So I encourage you to gather all the things that you're going to need. Your paint, your cardboard, your brushes, your water, your paper towels, your paint smock if you want to wear one and not get messy. It's snowing here and I just was gifted a whole bunch of wonderful new clothes. So I kind of put a bunch of all of them on. I have on pants and a skirt and a tank top and a shirt and a sweater because I couldn't decide which one. So yeah, purple, blue, black, a little bit of red. We don't need much red here today, but I thought a little bit might be nice. Mine does not want to squirt out. So we're working with Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, and we're on chapter 14. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, if you have not read the book, that's okay. I hope you'll still stick around and hear what Louise has to say about healing our body. That's what this week's going to be about. It's like there's a little baby in us. I hear that baby crying again. I live in the house with a newborn right now. And we all live in a house with a newborn. That's our body, and our newborn little self, our child self, still lives in there, you know. And so act as if, be as caring as if you are, be as caring as if you are carrying your child self tenderly in your heart space. How about that? So that's a new thought I just thunk right now. And that's kind of where we're going to paint from and meditate from. That idea that this body is a good container to carry you around in for your earth trip. So we don't ignore the cries of the baby, because then the baby will keep crying. So we learn to check in with the self. And that's another thing Creative Companions is all about, checking in with ourselves on the regular. How do you do? Ask yourself that. How do you do? How do you feel today? Just breathing in and out. I'm glad you're here. Glad you showed up for you and to spend this time. We're going to make a really cool painting today, so get ready. You know, we're going to do a nice meditation. This is a guided meditation, one of my favorites. I'm going to read to you from Finding Your Way Home. This is one of my favorite books, which we might do as a group at some point. This is by Melody Beattie. If you don't know her works, I love reading Melody Beattie. So our meditation today is going to be from there. So we're going to relax, and I'm going to just look at the comments here a second. Now see, can I reach with this cord? I can, and I could pull this a little bit forward. Just bear with me, everybody. I'm just working with my setup here a minute and seeing. Okay. So I don't need to scroll down on the comments, I don't think. I think I can get it. Okay. All right. Okay. So relax. Let's see. I'm going to take my shoes off and get comfortable. I'm going to stand for this meditation because I'm going to be meditating with my eyes open, because I'm going to be reading this meditation to you. Now you could go back and listen to this video over and over to do this meditation again and again if you like it. It's kind of cool to do the meditation in your own voice. So this is from Finding Your Way Home by Melody Beattie. In my book it's on page 81. Aww, I hear little baby Aiden crying and crying. Oh, it's hard for me to relax when I can hear him crying like that, and I don't know if she needs my help. Darn it. She'll let me know. Aww. Breathe with me, everybody. Relax. It'll help Aiden and Aubrey relax from downstairs. Aww. It's okay. Relax. Get into your body. Okay, we're meditating now. Just close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Get comfortable in your seat. Take a deep breath. Relax. Get into your body. It's a good place to live. It's a good place to be. So is this beautiful planet Earth. Take a deep breath. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale. Take 2 more deep breaths. Hold it. Exhale. On the top of your head, picture an opening like the aperture on a camera. Close your eyes. Keep breathing. On the top of your head, picture an opening like the aperture on a camera. This opening may have been shut for a while, but now you're going to open it wide. See it opening into a large circle at the top of your crown. Now, picture the light from 1,000 stars blending into one single strand of light that comes down from the heavens and through that opening in the top of your crown. See that silvery white strand of starlight go all the way down from your crown, down through your spine, and then split off into two strands of light that go out through your feet. As the light passes from your feet into the earth, visualize the light turning from silver into a beautiful golden light. See the golden strand of starlight go deep into the earth, all the way to her heart. You are connected to her. You are being fed with light from the heavens, and now you're feeding that energy to her. This is a generous thing to do. Now see the light return from the heart of the earth. See it come back up through your feet, up your spine, through your crown, and return it to the heavens and to the stars from where it came. Breathe. Sit for a few moments. Let this energy pass through you. Let the energy from the heavens feed you with the light from 1,000 stars, blended into a single strand that passes through you. Let this energy feed the earth, then receive the energy back from the earth. You are a transmitter of energy between heaven and earth, and between earth and heaven. Let the energies support, nurture, vitalize, and harmonize with one another. Let these energies vitalize and harmonize with you now. Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. Let these energies vitalize and harmonize within you. Deep breath. We're going to close the opening now in the top of our head, knowing that whenever we need to, we can open it up and feed ourselves and Mother Earth with that single strand of light, woven from the light of 1,000 stars. And you can feed yourself and the heavens with the golden light from the earth. Relax for a moment. Take 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Remember who you are. You are a being of infinite intelligence and light in a constant state of perfection. Open your eyes. Return to your life and now. May your feet take you where you need to go and your voice say what you need to say. Remember, you are the connecting point, that magical place where heaven meets earth. You are the only one of you able to do you in the way that you do. So being you in the way that you be, we're going to make a painting today that is somewhat of a self-portrait as we contemplate this idea of course, always being present in the now, and this idea of being present in our bodies. What does it feel like in there? This is where you're going to live, like the whole time. The whole time you're here on earth, you're going to live in this body. And I'm here to tell you that learning to love it and embrace it and take care of it in ways that feel good, feels good, and makes life better in general. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. Is, dun, 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 dun. I just spilled my paintballs, but that's okay. Chapter 14. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. The body. I listen with love to my body's messages is the affirmation we'll start with. And we're going to start I grabbed the biggest brush I have, and we're going to just start by covering the canvas with dark. Thinking, I'm going to go black at the edges. I'm going to go black at the edges, just with a quickness. Oh, look what my thing's doing. It wants to move in there. That's okay. Katie, if there's any problems with the sound or if it's out of focus or anything, you could call me. I have my phone available, or text me, because I'm not really looking at the comments right now. So we're just going to, with this creative process, we're learning to just breathe and let go and let it flow and let it be what it is. So I just want to make dark edges today. We always start with our paintings, if we're talking about this as an art form of painting, with the background, making a background first for what it is we're going to say. So maybe we're saying something about coming out of the darkness, I reckon. I'm going to go from black to purple. Look at that. Add some purple there. I rinse my brush a little bit. I need to remember I'm not wearing a paint smock today. I usually do, but I don't know that I need another layer right now. Now, I said that about my phone. Now I realize I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right here. Let's see what that says. Okay, thanks, Katie. She says, it's all good. That's right. So, it's snowing where I am. What's your now look like? We're always talking about the same thing, how to get ourselves to be in the present moment, at peace in the now, and just letting ourselves flow with what is. So I did some purple there. I'm going to put some blue now towards the center. I'm not giving this much thought, just a blending. Oh, I think I now want to go back to black in the middle, just because. And I'm just going to add some water and blend that all together until I have a nice covered cardboard here to start with. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm going to give you a few moments to cover your cardboard. The way you move the brush, the direction of your strokes matters. So as you see, I was going kind of in circles from the outside in to create that. Hi, Noah, I see you're here now. So go ahead and get your background there. We're making a nice dark background to work with purple, black, and blue. Okay, so Louise says that she believes we create every so-called illness in our body. Our body, like everything else in life, is a mirror of our inner thoughts and beliefs. So the body's always talking to us. So once again, we got to take a long, hard look at you. Every single cell within your body responds to every single thought you think and every single word you speak. So, just making us more and more conscious of what we think and therefore what we say, casting spells with our words, they say. So she goes through in this chapter the different parts of the body and what they represent. For example, the head represents us. It's how we show the world. It's how we are usually recognized. When something is wrong in the head area, it usually means we feel something is very wrong with us. The hair represents strength. We are tense and afraid. We often create bands of steel that originate in the shoulders, muscles, and come up over the top of the head and sometimes even down around the eyes. So the hair shaft feels that. Tension is not being strong. Being relaxed and centered and peaceful is being strong. So try this now. Tell your scalp to relax. Can you feel a difference? You might feel a tingling. So if you felt a big difference and when you became just aware of that part, it was your scalp, maybe do that on the regular. So we're going to do the next step on this canvas. But she goes on and goes through everything. The eyes, headaches, what these things might represent. And it's a really good way to kind of like do a body scan. everything. The lungs, the back, the breast, the heart, the stomach. Yeah. Where is a problem area for you? And this might be what that indicates, and therefore a remedy, which we'll get to. Okay, so we've made this dark background here. Let's take, I have this brush that's like really like my rattiest brush, and it like has a lot of bristles missing, but it has really stiff bristles. So it works really good to flick paint, and I'll show you. So I'm just going to take white on the end of that brush. I'm going to hold it far away because I know what this brush does. It really flicks. Boom, see? So we're just going to flick a bunch of stars and make this into a starry night sky. And I just like to flick with my brush, keep flicking, because as it runs out of paint, the size of the spatter, I guess, gets smaller. You know, and then how far away you hold it determines the size too. I'm just flicking away here. I'm going to make this really, 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 really starry. And I hope you can see there what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Okay. I'm not going to put this brush in water yet in case I want to do any more of that. And it'll be fine. So I pick it up again. So you might want to keep that brush dry that you're going to do some more flicking with. Remember to breathe. Love is the answer here. Be gentle and loving to the child within. And give it all the support and encouragement you wanted when you were little. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so last week we talked about just sitting with the arms open and to receive, and getting used to, and daily maybe, opening our arms and breathing in that pose. I also like to do star pose. Maybe I can back up a little bit so you can see. I don't know. Learning all this stuff, guys. Yeah, so star pose, arms up, legs spread wide, you know, shoulder blades together. If where you are right now you can do star pose, stand up and do star pose for a second. Stare at your canvas. Let's take 3 deep breaths there. Yes, let it relax down your back. I have my shoulders drawn way up. Let those relax down while your fingers still reach out. Reach. Shoulder blades together. So open to receive. So now we know what we feel like in our body, and maybe we can have a visual of what that looks like. So we're going to do a representation of ourself in star pose. So I'm going to just take a little bit of white on a flat brush now, and I'm going to say, here's my arms, my torso, and my legs. Okay? You too can do yourself in star pose. Then, again with a tiny bit of paint on the brush, let's make an oval for our head. That's all. I like to make a little triangle here for the neck. Now, embracing the self, knowing what the size, form, and shape of you looks like. If this line that we made was your bones, now we can put some meat on the bones. So the arms get wider as they come in towards the body. I have boobs. Arms wider as they come in towards the body. I have boobs, and maybe you do too. So indicate those a little. I'm just using a dry brush there, so it's showing only with a softness. I hope you can see that. Then come down the torso, Let's see, the belly button, make it indicate where that is. Maybe indicate where the legs meet the body and the pubic area is, and then continue those legs. Again, they get shorter or thinner as they go. I made this leg kind of fat, and I can fix that later. I want to make this line a little more obvious. Not being afraid of any part of your body and showing, you know how you look. You know, I'm a little thicker these days than usual. So it's winter. I'm hibernating. I'm the granny. So I'm going to thicken myself up here a little. Now, I'm going to come back with some purple and white together to just kind of fill myself in, you know, between the lines that I put for my meaty self. You see? So now I'm just kind of covering up those bones. Again, this is just with a dry brush, so it's very light. Maybe add some blue in there too. You know, this is just embracing yourself as the container. Look at that. That looks cool, huh? As the container that carries you around. It's good to honor it and appreciate it. It's doing a good job. You're still here, right? So am I. You know, the body is one example, for sure, that change is inevitable and always happening. Again, I live with a newborn. His head gets bigger every day, I swear, and so do his cheeks. He's growing right before our eyes, but we can't see it happening. You're growing right before our eyes, and I can't see it happening, though I see the difference. Do you see what I'm saying? So the same with ourselves. We just be patient, right? And watch for growth. So so just embracing that there it is, that's the size and shape of me. I still want to diminish those white lines a little bit, so I'm just going to hit it with a little darker purple too, towards this edge, just to, yeah, there we go. I'm not worrying about the face yet. And the darkest paint goes where the shadows are. I'm just putting a little of the darker purple and continuing to thicken myself up there a little bit. Winter me. This is winter me, everybody. I don't really need feet because I went off the page there a little bit. This one leg's looking a little too fat here at the bottom, so I'm just going to hit this with a little black to just, there, thin it out a little bit. And that's always what you can do. Back and forth, back and forth. If you made the line too wide, go over it with the background color and make it thinner. And then if you made it too thin again, go back with that other color again and make it wider. Yeah, hi, Solora. I can't read the whole comment right now, sweetheart, but I will. Okay, so we'll get to that face here in a second, but just play around with that and don't go too far and don't judge too hard, and take a second here and there to step back from your canvas and take a look at it, which I'm going to do. Yes. This hand is a little too bright white for me right now, so I'm going to touch that a little. Just with the darker purple. Oh yeah, that works. That was just with the quickness, give her like a little armpit thing going on here. There we go. And also, just while I'm at it, I'm just going to tone down that white line here too. So my head's not quite that big, right? I just made my neck going down. Whatever you're doing, just enjoy the process. You know, we'll get to make it, oh look, I can make her hair like sweep across this way, since that's what it did. So I just took some white now, and just kind of giving that some hair. Still doesn't have a face, but look at that, that's pretty cool. It's really cool. So I hope you're loving what you're doing there. It's beautiful. The sum of the parts of who you are, of your entire body, and she even talks about, she talks about all the parts, the genitals, the anus, all of it, being a beautiful part of who you are. Yeah. So it is vital that we release foolish, outmoded ideas that do not support us and nourish us. People who truly love themselves and therefore their bodies will not abuse themselves or others. That's the kind of people I want to be around, who have like really worked on themselves and learned to love themselves and therefore can transmute that to each other. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. She talks about the female processes, the male processes, So much emphasis has been placed on the physical appearance of the body that the feelings inside of it have gone totally disregarded. Think about that. And how you feel inside of there really affects what you present, how you feel. But we often ignore that part, and it's just so superficial and what it looks like on the outside and how we can paint it up. And this is a time for healing, for making whole, not for condemnation. We must rise out of the limitations of the past. Claim that you are magnificent. It is only our fears that block the releasing of the old patterns and habits. Our fears are like dragons guarding our most precious treasures. See my painting, Dragon by the Tail. You can see all of my paintings on my website, Art by Kim Keffer. On all platforms, actually, Art by Kim Keffer. Check me out. It's something to see. Healing in front of you. Learn to trust the process of life, always to bring you what you need. Our legs carry us forward. Be grateful for those. Our knees keep us flexible. Be grateful for those. Life is flow. Life is movement. And to be comfortable, we must be flexible and move with it. Just like a willow tree bends and sways and flows with the wind. It's always graceful and at ease with life. That's my goal. To go through this life as gracefully as possible, to handle whatever comes our way, my way. I approve of myself. Take your power back. Approve of yourself. Yes. Self-hatred is only hating a thought you have about yourself. And thoughts can be changed. That's what we are really practicing doing here in Creative Companions. Are you still breathing? You want to paint some more? Let me pick up the brush. Keep your hand moving and just keep painting, listening, and breathing. Trusting the process. Yes. Just going to skip just a second. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So don't dwell on what you don't want. Use your mind to create what you do want. Let yourself flow with the tide of life. It's not what happens. It's what happens. How we react to what happens. Because stuff's going to happen. You know? So it's how we react to it. There are no mistakes. So I get the feeling I need to use a little red now. I'm going to clean a brush here. If you would like to do that too. I'm going to take a little red and a little white together and make myself a little lighter pink. Okay, so I made a little pink here, some red and white. I'm not going to want too much of it on my brush, so let's just take a bunch of it off. And I'm going to come over here to where it is the face and start here with the scalp. And we're just going to make the edges of the face. And filling this in to create a circle here. Oh, let me see what's happening. Now let's take a little more white with that. Lighten it up some more. A lot. I lightened it up a lot. I'm going to do this. And this. This. That's a little too long. Nose. Let's see what's happening. Do cheeks next. Cheeks. Let's see. Now that's her hair over her face. I haven't indicated her face a little small. Let's do that. Let's fill that in. Let's fill this in. Now I'm going to take just white. Come down this way. Make a big white circle. Don't worry about where I place the other things yet. Okay, see? Hope you can see that. Keep breathing. I'm going to go ahead and step away from the easel for a minute and change my camera angle so you can hopefully see a little better. I'm going to set the mic there. Oh, it's looking good. This also gives me the opportunity to back up off the canvas a little bit and take a look. Just darken it up for you. Hey, there it is. Okay, that's better. That's better. So that's what it looks like. Now you don't need to see me. You can just watch me paint and listen to me talk. Hi, Katie just asked if I could zoom in. How's that for a quickness for you? Before you even asked. Love it, love it, love it. Those are the kind of synchronicities that show us we're right on track, doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so what I did last there, and maybe I can zoom in even a little more for you. I think you can see it though. So see that I gave that circle to the middle of the forehead. So basically, I'll leave that zoomed in since we're going to work on the face right now. Basically, I painted what is the shadow area and painted that a dark, well, somewhat dark pink. Now I'm working with a lighter. Okay, so we did the oval there. And that's right where the eyebrows will come up and across. Up and across now. They're going to go behind the hair there. Then the nose comes down from there. And the nose is lighter, always. So it too, for now, can be white line and a little dot somewhat here at the end. You can even come off this way a little bit, you see? Okay? I like to do this. Come down that nose line, across the nose, and across to make the cheek. Same thing on the other side, and make the cheek. There's where our nose is going to end, there's where our cheeks go. And then from the cheek, we can come down and make the chin line. See? Then I like to take it white up to where my lips are going to be, and then come back up here, come around and make where the eye socket's going to be. Okay? Looks kind of weird right now. But we're going somewhere. We're trusting the process, right? I'm going to come take some purple now. And I don't have like the tiniest brush right here, and it's not necessary. Whoops, I just knocked the mic down. Give me a minute. Sorry about that if that sounded weird. I'm doing the best I can. And that's it. There's no mistakes. You just take a deep breath and you move on. You know? We're just doing the best we can. Okay, so I'm going to take the dark purple now. And, you know, and it's also how you load the brush. So let me put this up here. So I put the dark purple on the brush, but then I'm going to spin it and like that and pull away so it comes to a point. So I have a little pointy thing here now that I can make an eyebrow with. See there? Get a little more paint on there. Just make the other eyebrow. Let it end where the hair is, right? Well, that line would come on around and make the dark line that is your eyelashes. Right? Again, just spinning that brush on the palette to make it pointy. I'm going to also come down and just trace those lines we made, the outer edge of them, to indicate the shadow. Under the nose is particularly important that you can just do a little V that connects those cheek lines. See that? I'm going to make it a little bit darker. You don't have to make like gigantic nose holes or anything. Just make a shadow, a little V. There. Now for the lips, I'm going to use red. So I'm going to clean my brush off. Take some deep breaths. I'm going to load that brush the same way. I'm just going to put red on the tip and then I'm going to spin it. So I don't want a glob on there. I just want that brush to come to a nice point. I'm going to go to directly under the middle of the nose. I'm going to make a dot that goes a little bit to the right. And then a dot next to that. See those two little tiny dots? Those indicate the top lip. And then you can make a third dot under those, right in the middle there. Now that's a really, really little mouth. So let's make the dots bigger. Dot, dot for the top lip, bigger dot for the bottom lip, and then I'm going to really spin that brush again and continue a line out towards this point from the lips. Now, again, if you've made it too big or you need to grab a smaller brush, it's okay. I am going to grab a smaller brush. What I like to do at this point is grab the tiniest brush I have, the white paint. Look how little that brush is, if you can see that. And then just do, and it's okay to lay your hand on the canvas for a second. I'm just going to put a line right on top of the red and under it to outline it, which decreased the size there of those lips. So you can play around with that, making them bigger, and make them bigger again. No, I feel like they're still too small. I have a pretty big mouth. All the better to talk to you with, my friends. Yeah, so just, make those a pretty little shape. And it doesn't have to be exactly like what you look like at this point. Now, in order to work it all together, now I'm going to go back to this other pointy brush. I'm going to do a blue, purple, white combo for a little contrast here to just now darken the hair where it comes in to her face. See that? Pull that out. You know how long your hair is or how long you'd like it to be, right? And we'll do so on the other side as well. Just keep pulling that out. You can give her some really crazy hair here if you want to really address that side where it touches her face. My hair is all going to blow in the same direction there. Now, I'm going to clean that brush one more time. Now I see some of my white lines are a little wider than I would like on her face, so I'm going to come back with the pink again. And I made a little slightly different tone of pink to just fill in those cheeks. There we go. Fill in that chin. Any of these highlights up here. Just easy peasy. Now let's make those eyebrows look more like the eyebrows by going even darker with those. Right, there we go. There we go. I'll darken this hair some more right here. Because I like the gray in my hair, I'm going to grab some white and just make a nice gray stripe. And a gray stripe. And a gray stripe. And a gray stripe. Voila! You can now take your white, make it really pointy, and make some points. I'm just going to make random points and then come back to them and make them into stars by dragging from the center out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many. Make some stars. I like to maybe put those, really decorate her little crown here. Give her some little stars coming off her crown. So just put little dots first. And pull those out, pull those out, pull those out. Like fireworks going off from the top of her head. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Woohoo! And as my brush gets less paint on it, it makes more of like a fuzzy. And it depends like how hard you hit with your brush. I'm seeing I need to give her more of a chin line there, which is one of my issues that I tend to give people at first. Too big a chins. Oh, this makes her look cozy too when I just close that in like that. Look how cute her face looks now. My face? I always ask the painting too, have I got a sweet expression on my face? You know? So make sure she has a nice little expression, or he, or they. Let's say they. Yes. There you are, open to receive all your dreams come true. You might want to write an affirmation, of course, on here that works for you. Next week, we're going to be talking more about the affirmations that work for our body and for changing things. I'm just making like dots for eyelashes now. You might want to bring this back next week, and we could add some affirmations to this. I'll make sure she has some roundness to her cheek here. I'm just gonna, there we go. I'm gonna stand back and look, and I encourage you to ooh, I can see it on the screen. It's looking fabulous. So you never know what you're going to do and what you're going to make, and you can't make anything unless you show up for yourself. So yay you for showing up and for creating with me today. I really like this one. You know, this is an empowered you, open to receive all the good coming your way. You can't get out of the way, right? You wouldn't want to, would you? So yeah, so keep breathing. I'm going to read you this little meditation at the end of chapter 14. Take a few deep breaths. You can keep painting if you want. You can pause for a moment and just listen and breathe. In the infinity of life where I am, always perfect, whole, and complete, I recognize my body as a good friend. I listen to what it tells me and know that its advice is valid. I am always safe and protected and guided. I choose to be healthy and free. All is well in my world. So I hope you'll keep breathing deeply throughout your day, knowing that anytime you can take a pause and meditate. Let's see if I can zoom out from here. Yes, there we go. And that should still be in focus if I zoom out a little bit more. Okay, all the way. And I had changed the camera angle a little. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you showing up for Creative Companions. I do have a PayPal me if you would like to support what I'm doing. I'm going to be applying for some grants and stuff this week. I'm really excited. Some opportunities, you know, golden opportunities are everywhere. And, but PayPal me, Art by Kim Keffer. Art by Kim Keffer on all the platforms if you want to look at my art and my work. Next week we'll be talking about chapter 15. I am healthy, whole, and complete. This is the list. So it's a really easy chapter. And so we're going to do chapter 15 and chapter 16, part 4, which is Louise's story. And the affirmation is, we are all one. So next week we will be talking about chapter 15 and 16, which will bring us to the end of You Can Heal Your Life. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I enjoy this work and like reading it again and again and referring to this book often. The other book I referred to this week was Finding Your Way Home by Melody Beattie. If you haven't ever checked that out, it's really good stuff too. All about recovery and stuff. So we finished this beautiful work of art, or perhaps you're not done yet. Perhaps you'd like to splatter more paint on it. I like to, add glitter at the end after I go off camera. I'll add some glitter paint to this. And there's lots of different options of paint that has glitter in it, and you can find those in the craft part of your craft stores. You might want to flick some more paint. Take a moment, stand back and look at it. Maybe, keep it throughout the day. Maybe you want to occasionally work on it, and when you're satisfied and you love it, and sign it, honor it. Honor your artwork by signing it, placing it somewhere, dating it, marking it in time, placing it somewhere where you'll see it in the light of the day tomorrow, and, you know, see what showing up for yourself created, what transpired from that. So it's still snowing out my window. It's beautiful. Let's take some deep breaths and just be here now. I'm grateful for now. Stay in the present moment. Be a present to your presence. Let your presence be a present to the people that are with you. I'll see you next week. I really appreciate you showing up. I really love this creative companion stuff that we do. I love seeing what we make together. So this was a fun one. Do star pose. Hey, making a snow angel was a good opportunity to do star pose. So if you have enough snow today, snow angels would be great. Videos and photographs are welcomed. Never pass up an opportunity to make your friends smile, folks. The friendlier you are to the world, the friendlier the world is to you. Have a good week. Peace.